Well, good morning, my beautiful gems. Today's Monday. I don't know if you guys are feeling the effects of this full moon in Gemini, but I sure am. And can I tell you, this is going to be a very, very interesting month. And honestly, if you have things to get done, if you have things to create, make happen, shift into action mode, this is the time to do it. Because not only are you going to have the strength to do it, this is going to give you that intelligence. It's going to give you that creativity. It's going to allow you to understand what needs to be done, what you need to stop procrastinating. You need to what tools you need. You're going to have all of that insight. It's going to help you to make decisions. It's going to help you to move faster than you would normally do it. So, my beautiful gems, I am not here to talk about this full moon in Gemini. What I am here to do is to see what's brewing with my gems and to talk about your daily guidance. Now, of course, today we are going to the Alchemical Visions Tarot, and this is going to be talking about, today we're going to be using the energy of the Page of Swords and how ideal and how perfect is that. And the reason is because the full moon in Gemini, the Page of Swords represents Gemini, but air signs as well, right? So it's the student. It's learning those lessons that we've already learned. Now, everybody knows that in this deck, all the meanings of the tarot cards are a little bit different because it talks about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind and how to bring them together. And if you recall in some of my other videos, I do talk about like the importance of bringing your subconscious mind and your conscious mind together in order for us to move forward, in order for us to successfully create our goals, to achieve our goals. Okay, so let's begin with the Page of Swords. And I know there's a glare, and I don't know how to remove this glare, but if we look at the grounding that she's standing on, it kind of looks like a checkerboard. And the Page of Swords here is using the chemical or the metal of, I think it's steel, but just think of metal in general. And if you look at the checkerboard, we have like that kind of checkers, right? So it's saying that we have one type of metal, which is rough. Okay. And that's talking about the subconscious. Okay. So it's talking about the rough metal. And then when the page works at it, then she can make that metal into another element, which now becomes steel, which she uses for her sword. Okay, so that can only be done if she properly manages or does the work. Okay, if she filters it, if she cleans it. So whatever confusion we have, we need to clarify it. Whatever that is not what's the word I'm using? I'm thinking strategized. You need to, put out the fine details of your plan, of your goals, of your project, whatever it is that you're working on, whatever it is that you want to accomplish. Even for, a spirit is showing me that some people are trying to make wedding plans, and now's the time to get everything done because there's a lot of components when you're planning a wedding, right? So spirit is saying that you need to really like strategize it now. Now you're going to have the courage and strength to do it because you're going to clean up this confusion, you're going to clarify a lot of things, and you're going to be able to bring your deepest desires out into reality. Okay. So that's really, really great. Now, the page, funny enough, even though she's got this sword and she's kind of like, it seems like she's going to war or she's going to fight for something. The interesting thing in this card is that she's actually wearing a dress. Now, everybody knows there's no gender in tarot. So even though they used a woman to represent that, it doesn't mean that it's a woman. It just means the feminine energy. But the fact that she's wearing a dress indicates that she does not need to get in an armor. She does not need to get defensive. She does not need to fight the battle with, going ahead and just tearing things down and like just being very barbaric. No, she can have success in even her elegance, in her femininity, right? So quite interesting. Now, the other thing about this is that it's talking about, especially if we look at, the way she's holding up this sword, and she's holding it up like confidently. She has one hand like just leaning on her hip, and the other hand, the sword is like going up like in victory. So you can actually get things done very, very quickly at this time with this full moon in Gemini. Now, if we look at these two, they're leeches, and I'm going to see if you can see it closer. And you see how their mouth is wide open and ready to suck the living daylight out of you. So this is just kind of saying that it is here to help you. So back in the day, if you recall, like even in the medicine world, they used to use leeches, and they used to put it on the skin to kind of like suck out the bad blood in a person, right? And not only that, it would like it would kind of pierce into the body or the skin, um, into the blood, to kind of give it the element to prevent coagulation. Okay, and then the leech would actually suck up that bad blood, and when the leech is, fully engorged into that blood, then it would just simply drop off. Okay, so this is talking about that you're ready to go out there, you're ready to go get whatever it is that you want to get right into the bottom of things, but also to kind of pull out all of the negative things that you don't need. If you're wasting your time on one area, let's say, I'm just going to give simple examples for that wedding that someone is trying to plan, and there's so many things to do. Like, don't waste your time in days and hours trying to pick out, which best invitation card you got to do, or spend hours and hours and hours thinking like, oh, what flowers am I going to put on each table? Just come up with a strategy, okay, of whatever it is. You have a budget in mind. You know what color scheme you want. You know how you want the place to look, and then go from there. Just say, okay, my color scheme is, I don't know, pink, for example. So I'm only going to use anything that goes with pink. It's pink, it's white, it's, I don't know, whatever color you want, violet. Okay, so you're gonna have those colors, and that's all you go by. You're gonna go with your budget for printing your invitation cards. You know what? You don't want to print them. You're going to go online, and you're going to start creating your own cards, and you're going to do it on the web, and it's going to save you a lot of money. And so that's strategizing this whole thing. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And now it can go into business. It can go into your job. It can go into your family. It can go into whatever it is that you want to do. So the full moon in Gemini is really bringing out your intelligence. It's going to help you to strategize. It's going to help you to make that rough metal into something, solid, something shiny, like that sword that she's got here. Okay. Now, the other thing is the leeches here. Actually, if you look at these two green arteries, they're supposed to be arteries. And it's showing that once you do all of this work, it's going to allow you to have the flow moving very, very freely and very, very quickly. Okay, so there's no more obstacles. There's no more things like blocking your path, the path of the blood flowing, for example. Okay, so that is really, really interesting. So if nothing else, make this daily guidance today help you to take those actions, to really move forward and to really get things done, to stop like being stuck in your head with all the cloud and the confusion, to allow that, those ideas in your subconscious mind to really come out and to come out very clearly with this sense of direction. Okay. And if there's things and tools that you need to research, if you need to look into things more, because the one thing that I don't want you to do is to just throw things out there and without doing your research or your homework, because don't forget, this is all about the intelligence. Okay. So don't be irresponsible, be very responsible, and to really do your due diligence, but move quickly, get the clarity you need. If you're not sure about something, don't just guess it, research it, and then take action. right? And so when she holds her sword up here, this is her sign of victory. But if you notice also, there's this beetle or this insect that's right here in the middle from her sword. And she's using the sword and she's kind of dividing that beetle, from the left side to the right side. And this is indicating, it's just a symbol to say that you're going to get right. You're going to be able to bring the subconscious and the conscious mind together. So it's all about the clarity. It's all about the division. It's all about the victory. It's all about, splitting everything, to weeding out like what's bad and to keeping only what's good, kind of thing. Okay. Now the other, and these cards are very complex, and sometimes I feel like I don't even do them justice, but I'm trying, my beautiful gems, just to give you something that can help you with whatever's going on in your life. That's the reason why I do these daily guidance. Okay. Now, the other thing is, if you notice on top, we have a whole bunch of naked men just running from one side of the card to the other side. And this indicates that they are moving very, very quickly. But if you notice here on the ground, we have a whole bunch of dead people or dead bodies or whatever you want to call them. So now there's two kind of understanding with this card, is that she, with her intelligence, with her power, okay, because she's got a lot of power here. She can, with her clarity, with her intelligence, she's able to create very, very powerfully. And the symbolism here is talking about she either has resurrected the dead, okay, or it is these people now with the knowledge and experience from the people who have passed on, the people that are dead. They have learned and they are able to move forward, more intelligent, smarter, and moving more quickly. Because if you notice, they're running, right? So very powerful card, a lot of meaning to it. And I hope this is, the guidance that you need to help you to get your stuff done, to find your direction, to find to help you to finalize things. Okay. Spirit was also showing me the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands talks about being at that crossroad in your life, and you need to make a choice and decide, because two is about choices and making decisions. Wands is about the action. Okay. So that crossroad indicates that you have one direction or you have the other direction, which both are actually really good directions. The question is, which one are you going to choose? And you can't seem to decide. Now, I want you to use this sword and just pierce right through it. I want you to use the energy of this full moon to actually make that decision and just take that action. Because once you look at the Two of Wands, if you have the Ace of Wands, that is the beginning of a passionate new beginning. Okay, now you have the two. So both of them are actually two single wands. Okay, that crossroad indicates you can only have one. So pick one. Okay, great message. All right, so that is the Alchemical Visions Tarot. So like my beautiful gems, I am going to pull a few cards to see if we can pick up on anyone's energy. And I'm going to use the Lenormand. I don't know. I've been just needing to use the Lenormand recently, even for my personal readings that I do. But let's see what comes up. Spirit, what is the message for today regarding that Page of Swords, this full moon? Thank you, Spirit. So we have the ring. Okay. I love it. So the ring talks about commitment, but it also talks about contracts. It's all about, and it's funny, we're talking about that marriage. So maybe some of you have been procrastinating, giving that proposal or giving that ring or making the decision on choosing what kind of ring, or, there's been a lot of energies out there that can't decide if they want, that expensive, the crazy expensive diamond, or if they want to go into something that is different. And you're just procrastinating or having a difficult time making that decision because, you're afraid that people are not going to consider, let's say, a ruby to be that engagement proposal ring that you deserve, or you know what I'm talking about. Okay. But more than that, this is about signing contracts, about, going into those commitments that you need to do, whether it is to commit towards your personal business, whether it is you committing or signing contracts with other people, going into partnership, Spirit is saying, and for some of you is that you're getting promotions, okay, at work, whether you already have a job and there's something brewing in the background. I think you're not even aware of it. And there's going to be a proposal, probably a promotion or a promotion coming for you. But this is only for some of you. Of course, you guys know that not everybody owns a business, right? Not everybody is working for a company and is going to get a promotion. But this is definitely a sign that something is coming, contracts, proposal, commitments, and those kind of energies. Okay, so that's quite interesting. Spirit is saying it's the planning stage. It's planting those seeds. You need to plant those seeds now in order for you to be able to strategize, in order for you to be able to be victorious, to reach your goals, to use the power of this full moon, the intelligence part. Okay. Yes. I just don't like this part, but yes. So we have the snake, and the snake talks about the shedding of the skin, which talks about, renewing, talks about the rebirth. So every year the snake will shed its skin because it's grown. And it's interesting with this reading, with the Page of Swords and the Alchemical Visions Tarot, the snake, it has to shed its skin because it's grown. Now, if we use the subconscious mind to understand this message now, it's talking about you have learned something from the subconscious, something that was buried deep down in your subconscious. That's actually coming to the surface now. And with that new knowledge, with that new experience, that lesson that you've learned, it's really talking about that rebirth with these men like running from the top of the card. So they've been rebirthed, and now the old self is no longer it's no longer appropriate for you. So you need to shed your skin in order to take on this new role, to take on this new position, take on this new tradition. It's really interesting. So Spirit is really firing me all of these messages. So it's quite interesting. However, there is another message Spirit is trying to make you guys remember, not to forget. How do I say this? Spirit is saying for those of you who are creating something new, for those of you who are in the process of creating, so whether you are creating your own business, a new item for so if you're going into business or you're starting up a new business, that's the word. If you're starting up a new business and you're trying to get advice and you're asking people and your Spirit is saying, no. My beautiful gems, you need to go within. All of the answers that you're searching are within you. You have the resources, you have the knowledge, and your knowledge is more powerful now with this full moon in Gemini coming, I think, December 7th. Understand that you need to hold this close to your chest. And I know I say this a lot, but this is the truth. There are unfortunately a lot of people out there that are jealous, envious, and are they say that they want the best for you. They say that they want to help you, but their subconscious is forcing them to act in different ways, and then you get disappointed. So the message today, the guidance is for you to truly hold everything close to your chest. Don't allow people to create blockages and sabotage, even though with the Page of Swords, you're going to use that sword and you're going to clean out whatever people are not there for your highest self. And I get that, because you guys can easily do that. However, because the Geminis, they don't think twice. When they don't want something in their life, they're gone. You don't even have to turn around. You're not going to see them anymore. They're gone. Okay. So even though you pick up that energy, you still don't want someone to come and sabotage the hard work that you're doing, that investment that you're putting into whatever your job, your project, your business, or even sometimes, and Spirit is, Okay, sometimes here's a message for you guys, my beautiful gems. So for some of you, it's quite interesting that I'm getting this. It's coming out of nowhere, but listen, for some of you, you are definitely, and maybe it's not the right word, but you guys are starting or have started a relationship. And for those of you who have children, this is a message for you. Okay. So if you have started a new relationship and you have brought this new person into your home to meet your children, to start building this new relationship, Spirit is saying that you don't want them to overpower you as the parent of your own children. Now, use this full moon in Gemini to make sure that you have that plan in place, that strategy, that make sure that they understand. Use your sword to be clear, to speak your truth. Do not let them step over you. Do not let them to overpower you. Okay? So use your words to clarify, and you will have that energy with this full moon in Gemini. Okay? So, and you don't have to be a Gemini. I'm talking in general. This is a message for everyone. Also, Spirit is saying to watch your pets. I'm getting especially dogs. If you are a pet owner and if you own a dog or any pet, there is a possibility that your pet is going to be very vocal at this time. And I feel like they also have words to say, like messages to give, to send out. So try to connect with your pet in a more deep level, to see if you can understand what messages they are trying to give you, if they are trying to warn you, if they are trying to pull you down to kind of like rest and sit down. Like, just pay attention, because they are now going to give you that assistance for you to understand your subconscious, what you need at this time. Okay, so pay attention, close attention to your pets. Also, oh, Spirit is telling me to pull out a trinket for you guys today. That's interesting. Okay, so pets, and what else, Spirit? If you are signing a contract, if you are signing some sort of documents, Spirit wants you to maybe take it away for a while. So take it away so that you can really contemplate it. You can really make sure that you know exactly what you're signing. So there's a need to not rush into anything. Don't, oftentimes we go to the bank, or we go to a lawyer's office, and they say, oh, just sign here, and you just sign blindly. I know a lot of people do this, and Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. Say, okay, you know what? Give me time to look over these documents, and I will sign them and send them back to you. Even if it takes you a week, Spirit is saying it's fine. Okay, so that's quite an interesting message. Now, let's get you that trinket. I don't know why Spirit wants to get you that trinket. Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's quite interesting. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, that is really, really interesting. So we have two trinkets. So the first one is, it's that turtle. So the turtle is coming in to say, just slow and steady. Now, slow and steady wins the race, but the turtle also talks about that carcass that it carries on his shoulder. Now, it's indicating that, just remember, all of the work, all of the heaviness that you guys are feeling or maybe feeling at this time, just understand that this is also going to protect you for you to reach your goals. Okay, remember, like, I know it's a strange message, but that carcass that you're carrying, one is for protection, and two, you're carrying all of the knowledge, all of the experience from your past, because it makes you wiser. And remember, the turtle moves very, very slowly, but the turtle always wins the race. Okay, so that's quite interesting. And this, I don't think I've ever gotten this trinket ever in any of my readings. And I didn't even know this was in the trinkets, but gorgeous. And I love it. So we have the fish. I hope you can see it. So the fish talks about abundance. The fish talks about luck. The fish talks about going deep into our emotions. And interestingly, the fish Pisces. Oh my goodness. So it is a very lucky time for Pisces, but more than that, it talks about getting really in touch with your emotions, to really dive deep into the emotions. Now, the emotions sometimes are stuck in our subconscious mind. Sometimes we refuse to feel something, and sometimes we refuse to allow our emotions to come up. Now, with the full moon in Gemini, with our intelligence, with our strategizing energy, we can actually bring up those emotions to the surface to be able to finally deal with them, Spirit is saying. So if you have been like suppressing your emotions, maybe it's a good time to bring them up. For some of you, it is a very lucky period and you do have abundance coming towards you. Spirit is saying also your projects that you're working on, now you will be able to see the fruits of your labor. Very nice. Well, that was a very interesting guidance for today. Guys, please, my beautiful gems, let me know what you think. Write me some comments, because when you write comments, it really helps me to connect with you, number one. And number two, it just tells me that you guys are receiving my messages. If you subscribe to my channel and if you want to join me live this Wednesday, I finally got the message last night of what sign we're going to do on Wednesday. So you're going to be the first to know, if you're listening to this message, that it's going to be Aquarius. So it's going to be the compatibilities for Aquarius, and we are going to be doing that on Wednesday. And my beautiful gems, also just know that if you want to know when I go live, if you click on that little notification bell next to the subscribe button, it will let you know when I go live, so you get notified. And it lets me know that you want to be joining us for the fun. And also just liking the video, that just helps my channel. So my channel has been organically trying to grow, and I think everything that you guys have been doing, I am truly, truly grateful. I am grateful for all of the supporters, everyone who's written comments, everyone who's subscribed to my channel. And in this past month, I've had it's grown more quickly than it's ever grown. I am truly grateful to Readings by Shar, who's truly supported my channel, and to all of you, my beautiful gems. Okay, enough for today. So enough being grateful. Well, no, not really, but for right here, right now. Okay, so my beautiful gems, until the next reading, I am sending you more love and more light.